This is my 2016 WRX that I bought from Coupe. It had some issues when I got it, and I am currently addressing them. And I hope that today I get to start, maybe drive it around the neighborhood a little bit, but it's not legal yet, so I can't really drive it. And today I will hopefully pre-lube the turbo that lives down there, start it up, and see if all the codes it had when I got it have been resolved. I had a misfire code on cylinder 4 and a code for the downstream oxygen sensor. So this will be the first time I pre-lube the turbo. Let's see if I can figure it out. So there is a banjo bolt down there that I'm going to remove and inject some oil into, and then put it back on. When you install a new turbo, it's seconds, not minutes, that it goes unlubed. And if you don't pre-lube it, you increase the chances that it fails sooner. There's a chance it could be fine, but it's definitely a good practice. So let's try that. Now I should have, would have, could have done it before I put it on, but it's my first time. Next time I would try and do it before it's installed. So if you look down there, I have put a tube into where I removed the banjo bolt from. And down here, I'm going to pump it from the oil. There's not much space for it, so it doesn't need much oil. It needs just enough so that it's lubed before the oil from the line gets there. So I see that it's getting there. And 1 pump, 2 pump, and that's enough because I think it's already overflowing. Now we can put the battery back in. All right, the battery's secure. Damn it, it's not a 10. It's not a 9 either. It's kind of funky. Or whatever it is, it's tight now. All right, so battery's hooked up. I'm gonna see if the codes still exist, and then I'm gonna clear them before I start it. Looks like all the codes I'm getting are codes that the engine needs to be run to clear. So I think I am good. Here we go. All right, one more again. Uh-oh. Did I forget something? I don't think so. I wonder if I forgot something. Yeah, let me go check. Maybe I forgot to plug something up. No, doesn't look like I forgot something. Let's try it again. What is it? I have no idea what's going on. I didn't touch that much electrical. It's like it'll start but won't run. So I'm gonna check over everything one more time and I'll let you know what I find. So I did a bit of research, and for whatever reason, I kept ending up at people talking about the mass airflow sensor. So I unplugged it, turned it on, and it idled. It idled rough, but it stayed on. So I'm just gonna plug it back up and see if it'll work this time. Mass airflow sensor. What are the odds? Because it idled fine before. So there it is right there. I'm just going to unplug it and take it out. And I don't know, clean it or replace it, but we'll see. So I cleaned it off. Let's see if it makes a difference. Nope. But what could have made it go bad, if that's what it is, from the time I took everything apart to now? So I am not getting a reading from the mass airflow sensor. It does not move. Yeah, that number didn't move at all. So yeah, I need to look into mass airflow sensor. That might be in the next video because I'm gonna have to go find one. So for now, I'm going to assume that this harness that comes with the Coupe kit is good. I checked its continuity from pin to pin yesterday and it was good. So I have ruled out the Coupe harness as being an issue. So that white box contains a new sensor. I wonder what makes a mass airflow sensor go bad. So what is it? If I take the mass airflow sensor out, it'll idle rough, but it'll idle. So I wonder what's going on. Well, I gotta do more digging. The only other stuff I touched was the oxygen sensor. So I can go make sure that's connected, but I swore I connected those. So now I'm just testing the mass airflow sensor. This one has two functions. It has temperature and mass airflow. So between terminals 5 and 4, I should be around 2000 kiloohms. I'm a little warmer than that now. It's probably in the 80s, but let's see. It should be slightly less. So let's see if I can get a reading. 1.7 kiloohms. So at 77 degrees, it should be 2 kiloohms, give or take 0.2 kiloohms, and around 80 something. So that's reading right. To test the other function, I have to hook up the battery. I made some insulated test leads with some parts I had left over from the Avalon project. I just took some of the things that I depopulated out of one of the clips and put some heat shrink on them so that they wouldn't contact each other when I put them in here. So let's test it and make sure this is good. I'm assuming it is, but this will allow me to test here and then back up the harness to see if any other issues are present. All right, so I'm gonna touch this to the negative terminal and see if the voltage does anything. Let me put it to voltage. All right, so that says 0.3, blow across it, and it moves. But at off, should it be at 0.3? I was thinking it should be at something else. I did a bit of digging later and it actually should be at 0. So it's working. I don't know if it's working exactly perfect, but it's working. So I can disconnect all of this and look elsewhere. So now I'm checking to see if the mass airflow sensor is getting voltage when the car is turned on. So when I turn the car on, this should go to something really close to 12 volts. Let's see. 11.9, I'd say that's close to 12 volts. Something else I'm gonna have to dig into is it stayed at 12 volts even after I turned the car off. I don't know if that's by design, like a delay or something, or if it's an issue. I'm gonna have to look at it. So I'm still troubleshooting this WRX. I got voltage at the mass airflow sensor connector, and when wait a minute, did it come out? I have continuity to ground on the connector that should have continuity to ground. So I really don't know why when I plug it up, it has those issues. I think I found it. I have not installed the bolt that goes there and its matching counterpart on the other side. So I'm gonna put those in and I'm optimistic about that being the issue. And now I'm remembering I accessed this one from way up here. I installed those bolts and it still had the same issue. I am absolutely stumped when it comes to why this thing won't idle with the mass airflow sensor connected. I found one spot that was disconnected or not fastened properly, and I thought that would solve it, but no, it didn't. And I've looked at all the tubing that I took off, and as far as I can tell, it looks like I put everything back on. So if there's a leak, I'm hoping the smoke will help me find it. I saw a guy do this on the web. I'm gonna link him to give him credit because it was a great idea. I hope my wife doesn't need this straw because I'm using it for things that she would not want me to use it for. So this is a glove. I want a hole that would seal around this. This is a drill bit that I broke recently. So I'm just gonna poke a small hole. It should seal around it like that. There we go. I went up to the little local gas station / vape shop, walked right up to the guy and was like, hey, do you vape? He's like, yeah, I don't do regular vape. I'm like, I need one that produces a lot of smoke. And he said, this is the one you need. I have a history of asthma, so I hope this doesn't mess me up. No, sir, I don't like it. Don't see any leaks. Not yet, anyway. All right, well, I blew it off. But I don't see any leaks coming out. Maybe it's not a vacuum leak. And the fact that it blew the glove off lets me know there are no gross leaks. I don't see any leaks. I'm gonna try a couple more times. I wasn't sure if I was producing enough smoke, so I just huffed and puffed a bunch of times to see if I can fill up the whole intake side with smoke. Well, it did not produce any leaks. So I guess the good news is that there are no gross leaks, meaning that little smoke test didn't show any. So I am still chasing down this gremlin. I would say it's electrical, but when I took the mass airflow sensor off while the ignition key was on and blew on it, the values did change. So that leads me to believe that it's working. Even though that was my thinking at the time, I have since read a lot in the manual and looked at the wiring diagrams, and I'm not so sure about that. If you would like to follow along as I troubleshoot this WRX and get it back on the road, hit subscribe. If you'd like to see the things I've done to get it to this point, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.